Up, your boy MC Shadow. Now let's talk about freedom of speech. You know what I mean? Everybody wants equal rights right now. Uh, Everybody's saying that we should all be treated the same and stuff like that, and that we all have freedom of speech right here in America. See, the thing is that people say that all the damn time, but yet when somebody speaks their mind, people get offended. Uh, Chaos happens, fights, and all kinds of shit. See, the thing is that people have to understand one thing. You could agree to disagree. That does exist. You know what I mean? Like, you guys could... that's the thing about being adults, right? To talk civil, right? To have a debate and a disagreement. The greatest minds disagree. Remember, like Frederick Neutron said, he said that great minds don't think alike. Great minds think opposite from each other. They keep challenging each other to get better. That's why they say that opposites attract, because they do. You know what I mean? Because you're learning off of that person, so it interests you more. You gravitated to it. And the different minds is the reason why we are as smart as we are now, and where we have gotten to, as society. Because of different minds. Now, the thing is, like right now, I see all these people that are uploading stuff and all these stuff on the news and everything that's being pitched the way it's being pitched. The thing is that they're making it seem like now the white person is the ones to blame. Now the white person is the bad guy. Now how they used to talk about black and brown is how they talking about the whites now. You know what I mean? So now we're pretty much giving them the treatment that they would give us, which isn't right either. You know what I mean? Can't fight fire with fire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they're not the villains here. You know what I mean? Like, people need to fucking realize that it's not about skin colors. You know what I mean? It's all about power and money. It's not about the skin tones. Because everything now, I see all these things, about white people and Karen and all this bullshit and everything. Now you're making them the villains. Like black and brown always say, oh, well, we're not all the same, or we're not all like that. Well, then the same applies for the whites. I mean, come on now. Like, this, it's ridiculous, Like, now, like, everything that they were doing to us, now it's happening to them, and now it's like, okay, that's cool, that's okay. No, it's not okay. It's about humanity. You know what I mean? That's the problem also with everybody, with their flags. It's okay to be proud of your culture, your roots, where you come from, and all of that. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings. You know what I mean? And when you put stuff like different flags or Black Lives Matter or all of that, humanity matters. All lives matter. You know what I mean? Especially right now. Black Lives Matter, now that's the movement. So, that's cool. But now they could say it like Black Lives Matter, and we also respect all lives matter. You know what I mean? Because everyone talks about like the injustice and the unfair. What about the Asians that all this shit be happening to them, since Pearl Harbor, since the coronavirus, since all of this shit? What about the Muslims that get mistreated? You know what I mean? And all the shit that they be telling them. But the main one of them all, what about Native Americans? Imagine how they fucking feel. Wherever you're fighting for this land, and we proud to be Americans, and we should have equal rights here, and it's America and everything like that. How many Native Americans were fucking slaughtered, killed, massacred, fucking raped, tortured, and all of that? And not only that, but we sweep it under the rug like if it's nothing. Who's speaking for them? Who's talking about them? Oh, since it happened such a long time ago that it don't count no more, or what? Like, I don't understand. Like, if they don't have, like, people don't have, like, their ancestors, like, still, you know what I mean? Like, no one ever talks about them. You know what I mean? So, it's not about brown lives matter, black lives matter. Humanity matters in general. You know what I mean? Like, it's a humanity thing right now. It's not that the white are pinning us against each other. It's never been like that. because it's the wealth, power, and government. It's not the same as any other regular white guy. I see all these white people saying that we have privileges. Do you really have privileges? Because you out here with us in the field. You guys are getting killed too. You guys are getting fucking EBT too. You guys are fucking slaving away too. You guys are pretty much in the fucking same right here. The only thing is that they make it seem like you a little bit like better than them. You know what I mean? Like you have special privileges, but when you don't, you don't. They call the shots. See, the real color up there is green, even though most of them are white. But they don't see themselves the same as as these other white persons. They wouldn't invite them over to their house or mingle with them or even be like, yeah, no. Only the wealthy get to be around the wealthy. Money and power. That's all it is. You don't got none of it. You don't belong with them. They see you like a fucking, like a germ, like trash. That's what you are to them. And that's the honest truth. That's why they don't want you touching them. No hand, no, none of that. You know what I mean? As long as war has been around, as long as currency's been around. Before, hey, I'll trade you a few corns for fucking some milk or whatever. You teach people sharing. And you need one another, and how you guys could coexist, and humbleness, and like you may not have the tool, to produce what they do, but you have the tool to produce something else that they need, and you guys feed off of each other, like you guys coexist. But then the greedy and the selfish didn't like that, and wanted everything. They wanted the stuff, but they didn't want to share currency. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it is. And yeah, have people been killing each other even before currency? Yeah, because, Neanderthals, Homo sapiens, if you look at, their craniums, yeah, there was tensions between them. There's a theory, one by, I think it's Thomas Knobs and John Jacques Rousseau, who are physicists, and people mostly agree with, with what they state. One states that humanity is here, and our goal is, to conquer power, all of that it's in our nature. The other one says that no, it's to feel like we belong, to feel love, to be a part of something. But at the end of the day, both of those are the same thing. You know what I mean? One, he wants to conquer and he has power. But why does he crave that power? Because he wants people to see that power. He wants to apply that fear in people. You know what I mean? He needs people to fear him. He needs people to respect him. He needs people to worship him. The other guy needs people to like him, to love him, to agree with him, and to not see him as a bad guy. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, it's like Jesus' words, said, it's not worry about yourself and just do you. It's more about let people be themselves and worry about you. Meaning that if you see them getting mistreated, stand up for him and tell them, hey, you know what? Hey, leave him alone. Hey, if that's the way he wants to be, then that's the way he wants to be. Like, what's it to you? And why do you care? And what does it matter? See, that's the one thing that the word of God, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus' word, just that in its sense is so powerful because there's no way around it. Like, what does it matter to you? Oh, it's because, okay, but was it to you? And there's no way around that. That's why it was so powerful. He was pretty much telling people, live how you want to live. And do you. And people should just respect that. Shouldn't worry about other people. At the same time, like, defend them, but, like, don't get into their lives. Don't try to, change them or whatever. If that's the way they like being, then fuck it, so be it. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. Like, let people be themselves. Let them live how they want to live. You know what I mean? But as everybody's always trying, everybody's got the answer. Everybody always trying to play God. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Um, so Wyatt is not the villain. You know what I mean? And all lives matter. Humanity matters right now, especially right now how everybody's pushing the agenda. You have to think about humanity as a whole, as one. That's the problem even with our education. You know what I mean? Like, they teach us like certain things here and there. And, you know, like I said, it's good to be proud of your culture and everything like that. But they should teach us how to respect other people's cultures, and how at the end of the day, no matter where you're from, we're all humans. You know, we should respect that, and we should all be able to coexist and everything. They don't teach you none of that. They teach you certain parts of history from here, and it's mostly fuck, man, all the wars and stuff that even builds up hatred in people. You know what I mean? Instead of, you know, the bigger picture that needs to be painted, you know, and how it needs to be seen and respected and all of that. Because, yes, you know, the black community has been mistreated for a long time. Yes, the brown community has been, you know, so has Muslim, you know, Middle Eastern, so has Jewish, so has Native Americans, but no one ever talks about them, you know what I mean, or the Asians or none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the whites too, man, because they be getting, they've been polluting them for a very long time, you know, using them like pawns. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's all for the, you know, regardless of how you see it, you know, like the two types of human beings that there is, like they say, you know what I mean? Which there isn't. You know, there's a third one, but they all claim that it's either one or the other. But no, there's a third one that's like, I'd rather just be me, you know. I don't want to choose power, no belong. I just rather just be me. I just rather do me. You know what I mean? Like, there's that, you know, because I believe in evolution. I believe Jesus seen it in as well, you know, like the story that he tells about the cows, you know, like about how the cows were, how they just do themselves and how they're just eating and they're able to coexist amongst each other and live in peace and stuff like that. And when, you know, one of their own is being attacked, you know, they all like gang up together to like defend, you know, and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's seen human characteristics in animals, right? Because he used to like watching, you know, just nature, just watch. You know, the reason he was so smart is because he listened more than he talked. You know, people don't listen. Everybody just wants to talk, especially right now. Everybody wants to talk. Now they ain't doing the listening. Before it was the other way around, but now these fools ain't doing the listening. So now they're irrational. You know what I mean? You know, it's kind of like every animal, they have those instincts. Kind of like when puppies are born. You have a puppy, you pour him dog food. One puppy will growl if another dog gets near it. And then there's other puppies that other dogs come and eat, and they don't do nothing. They don't say nothing. You have a bear that attacks human beings, and there's other times where there's a bear and he doesn't do nothing. You know? It's how it is. You know? Evolution. Humanity. We still have our animal tendencies. You know? And, like, if there's anything that, you know, zoology has told us, you know, you could domesticate any animal, including human beings. You know what I mean? Like, we're on our way there. You know, it's been a difficult road, but that's just the way it is. Like, people just need to understand that you could speak your mind, right? But at the same time, you have to know how to speak your mind because you're still an adult. You're not a child. You're not a little cub no more where you just get to react on instinct and on just negativity. You have to know how to say stuff as well. You know, when you disagree with somebody, you can't be like, well, you're fucking stupid. And you have to know how to tell somebody you're disagreeing. That's why when people be like, man, look at how these fools are getting mad. You can't even say nothing no more. But look at how you're fucking saying it too. You know, like, come on now. Like, don't act like you fucking over here. Like, if you're right, you're wrong too. You know what I mean? You could speak your mind. Just know how to speak it. You know what I mean? Because that's what it means to be an adult. You know? You have to take people's feelings in consideration. You know, I'm just saying.